Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Starshot Ryan here to continue our Let's Play of Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. We left off, just completing the initial part of the quest by opening the chest after beating an enemy. And now we'll go ahead and turn that quest in to our trainer Shahara Zod and see what she has to say about it. For the most part, this is a fairly easy quest just to get everyone situated on how the battle system works. Of course, there are a few more things that will be told about it as we go further on. But let's go ahead and turn in our quest to continue the story. Good work, you two. As a rule of training, I'm going to need to confirm the items in your possession. Yep, they're the real deal, alright. I don't see any evidence of tampering either. Ooh, that was a close one. I figured she would try and set us up like that. Congratulations to the both of you. You have successfully passed your qualification test. You didn't really think something that simple would be a problem for us, did you? So, Shahara, what's in those boxes you had us get? That's for me to know and you to find out after your training is finished. That's enough chit-chat for now, so let's get back to work. You two still have some things left to do. Seriously? But didn't you just say that we passed the test? You still have to learn about how to report the results of your work. I'm aware that you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk your duties. Let's get back to the guild. When is this day going to be over? Oh well, no sense in giving up when the finish line is in sight. Agreed. It seems like we're within reaching distance of our goal. Your final training is how to report to the guild. Whenever you finish a job, it is your duty to report the results of your work to the guild. Reporting how you resolved the situation and the steps you took to get there are all part of your job as a bracer. You can report your results to the front desk in each guild branch, and as you already know by now, Aina is in charge here at the Roland branch. In addition, this is where you will be paid for your work. I look forward to seeing great things from the both of you. Now that we're here, why don't you both go ahead and report the results of today's training? And of course, it just tells us that the mark will appear, pressing OK, and we select report to report to the guild. It's all, a bit repetitive, if you ask me, trying to reiterate what goes on, but they at least do try to give you some more specifics, that, of course, the story can't get involved since these games don't really care to break the fourth wall. And report. And we got some Mira and some BP. And BP is pretty much just bracer points. The more points you have, the higher rank you get, which will come in handy as we continue our journey in growing as bracers. Good job, you two. It seems like you were able to complete your objective without running into any major problems. Another thing to take note of is that depending on how you handle a job, you may see an increase or decrease in the amount of pay you receive. When you report the results of your work to the guild, pay in the form of Mira isn't the only thing you will receive. You will also accumulate points, which are known as BP. BP are an indication of your achievements as bracers, as I iterated a bit earlier. When these points exceed a certain value, you will advance in rank as a bracer and will be awarded with a piece of special equipment by the guild. The ranks of a junior bracer start at 9 and go all the way up to 1. Please set your sights on making first rank and work hard. The amount of Mira and BP you receive will also be recorded in your bracer notebook, so please have a look sometime later on. All that's left to do now is finalize your training. Let's head back upstairs, shall we? I'll talk to you later, Aina. And sorry about putting more work on your plate today than usual. Don't worry about it. Training new bracers is important for the future of the guild. I fully intend to work these two to the bone in any case. To the bone? And knowing Shahara, it'll involve the whip. Let me say it again. Good work, you two. You have now officially completed the entire training course. From now on, you will be learning from your own real-world experience. Well then. And now Shihara holds out 2 small boxes, which is nice that they explain it to us. Aren't those boxes the ones? In an answer to your question, yes, these are the boxes you retrieved during today's test. You seem awfully curious to find out what's inside, Estelle. Are you saying that it's okay if we open them? That's right. Why don't the both of you have a look and see what's inside? Sweet. Alright, let's have a look. Estelle and Joshua open the boxes. You know, I guess this is one way to save on animation costs, huh? Oh well. We finally have our junior bracer emblems. This crest is... So does this mean we're... Ahem. Estelle Bright, Joshua Bright, beginning this day at 1500 hours, you are hereby both appointed as both junior bracers within the Bracer Guild. From here on, you will work as members of the Bracer Guild to support the livelihood of those around you, defend peace, and uphold justice. Congratulations, you two, and welcome into the fold. Did you hear that, Joshua? We've become members of the Bracer Guild. So, I'm a bracer now, huh? I think the realization is only now just beginning to sink in. Come on, Joshua. You should be jumping for joy or running around and screaming at the top of your lungs like this. Look at us now, world! We did it! I was happy until you made my eardrums bleed. I hate to interrupt the celebrations, Estelle, but I need to take off now. I have some backed-up work that needs my immediate attention. We understand you have been spending a lot of extra hours working with us during this busy time for the guild. Before you head out, Shihara, I just wanted to say thanks. Likewise, I appreciate all the trouble you've gone through for us, Shihara. Don't mention it. Training new recruits is one of a bracer's many duties. Believe it or not, I was once in your shoes a long time ago when your father Cassius trained me. So that's why you have so much respect for my dad, huh? There's actually much more to it than that, but I'll save that conversation for another day. As for the both of you, work hard to become full-fledged bracers early on so you can help guide those new recruits who come after yourselves. And in time, I hope to see you both become respectable bracers like your father. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought. I just don't get it. Get what? This is Scheherazade, aka the Silver Streak, one of the most skilled young bracers we're talking about. So why is it she holds Dad in such high esteem? He just seems like nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man who's always out doing who knows what instead of being a father. A no-good middle-aged man, huh? From your viewpoint, it doesn't come as a surprise that you would see him in that fashion. Huh? Never mind. Let's hurry and head home. We should let Dad know that we've qualified as junior bracers. Right! And now that's the finish up for the tutorial quest, and as she says, we pretty much just have to head home. But we'll go ahead and check the board here just to make sure. Yeah, no new quests. And just Ridge here who's saying hello to us. And apparently our training is over, isn't it? And he's humbled to know that the two of us are the youngest ever to pass the bracer exam. Well, it's nice to know we can ask him questions if we have anything to need. And then just to check with her, passing out jobs like candy. Yeah, okay, so pretty much a lot of the text is just some bit of world building here and there. Here we go, another plot point for us to find. Hurry up, and come on. Wait for me, Luke! Can't really do high-pitched voices that well, so I hope you all understand. Huh? Oh, it's you two. Oh, great, it's Estelle. Hi there, Joshua. Okay, you little twerp. What's with the "oh great, it's Estelle" remark? And what's the big hurry? How about telling us where you're headed? You're not thinking about wandering out of town alone, are you? The roads are full of monsters, I hope you know. You're such a pest, Estelle. Don't you know there's no room for girls to be sticking their big fat noses in boys' business? Quit acting like you're a bracer, you wannabe. Tis. How wrong you are, Luke. How incredibly wrong. You're more wrong than a fool who thinks there's better tasting milk in Liberal than the milk that comes from the Purcell farm. What? No way! You're full of it, Estelle. In fact, as of just a few minutes ago, we qualified to become real bracers. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Real bracers. More like bracers in training, really. But don't think you should be getting on your high horse just yet, Estelle. Now, a high pony, on the other hand. Quit being a killjoy. Wow, you two are great. I'm so happy for the both of you. Oh, Pat, you're such a good little boy. Unlike that smart aleck and cynical brat you call a friend. This isn't fair. I was supposed to become a bracer first. I can accept that Joshua became a bracer before me, but getting passed by the likes of Estelle? What's the likes of Estelle supposed to mean? Just so you know, you can't even be a bracer until you're 16 years old. Get it? Only mature people allowed. And that means no little kids who are still going to Sunday school. I don't know how I should put this, Estelle, but Sunday school is dying to have you back. You better watch out, Estelle. I'm going to go train at my secret base, and before you know it, I'm going to be a bracer too. Come on, Pat, let's go. Alright, I'm coming. See you later, Estelle. Bye, Joshua. That boy, Luke, he's always trying to pick a fight with me. I wonder if he's just plain hates me or something. Rather, I think it's the exact opposite. What do you mean by that? Don't worry about it, it's just a boy thing. At any rate, what do you think Luke meant when he said secret base? I don't know why, but somehow it makes me a bit curious. I know exactly what you mean. A secret base sounds really intriguing. The pure heart of a young child can be so inspiring at times. That's not really what I meant by curious. So, now that we're back in control, let's go ahead and check out the general goods store. We have a newspaper to pick up for the dad here before we can leave town. Hello, Estelle and Joshua. What are you in the market for today? A new pair of shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stregas? Unbelievable. You're actually already forgotten why we came in here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberal News for Dad, right? Of course! You've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the new Stregas aren't out yet. I do, however, have some copies of the Liberal News in, if that's what you're after. Alright, I'll take one copy then. That comes to 100 mira, please. I know my dad always buys a copy of this magazine, but does it really sell that well? It sure does. The Liberal News has an excellent reporter and cameraman who have done a great job reporting the latest and most reliable news. They are even supposed to have a running story related to Queen Alicia's birthday celebration. But enough about that. Why don't you tell me how you did today? Did you make it as bracers? Today was your last day of training, wasn't it? Yep, everything went smoothly, too. But how did you know about all that, Mr. Rowan? In a certain sense, both you and Joshua are like celebrities here in Roland. I tend to hear a lot from customers coming through here. I shouldn't have expected anything less from Roland. The grapevine around here is seriously something to be reckoned with. No kidding. The women here especially love to gossip. One more thing. Before you go, this gift is my way of saying congratulations. It's a free sample item I received with my shipment of goods, but don't hold the free part against me. Oh cool, a recipe book. What's this supposed to be for? There's a ton of blank pages. It's a recipe book, isn't it? You got it. When you get hurt fighting, if you just limit yourself to healing bombs all the time, it's going to cut pretty deep into your wallets. This is where a recipe book comes into play. If you eat food to recover your strength instead, it's basically free. Assuming you have all the ingredients anyway. So if you eat something new, write down what's in it and you'll have lots of recipes in no time. So how about we try this out? Go ahead and eat this cookie, Estelle. Well, I have made it a personal rule to never turn down sweets. Yeah, it'd be really nice to be able to learn recipes just by eating them, wouldn't it? Basically, all you have to do is eat the food to learn the recipe. It's as simple as that. As you're traveling about, you should eat whatever food you come across that you haven't had an opportunity to try before. Well, that sounds pretty convenient. It's not that I don't like cooking and all, it's just that I never seem to get any better. I'd sure love to be able to increase my repertoire and really shock my dad's taste buds for once in my life. That's the spirit. And in passing, if you're in need of any ingredients, I'll be delighted to service your cooking needs. You really know how to solicit your customers, Mr. Ronan. Thank you for the recipe book. We'll put it to good use. And yeah, it just goes to say eating recommended dishes at restaurants or using the to-go meals to add the recipe to your recipe book. And that pretty much everything we wouldn't learn because this is a game and not real life. And that, yeah, there are sit-down meals and to-go meals, so the to-go meals are the easier ones to do, whereas the sit-downs we can't carry as items. So we have to make sure we eat those whenever we find them at restaurants. And that most of the ingredients we can either buy or we get from monsters. But that's enough about that. Let's see. I'll go ahead and check my equipment, see if I can upgrade it from the shop here. And good afternoon. Correct me, it was the last year of training, isn't it? I seem to remember you saying something about it the last time I had you in to run the store. Yes, that's right. So how'd your training go? That emblem on your chest means I shouldn't have expected anything less from Cassius's kids. But we're still bracers in training. I see. But well, I knew you were going to have to give up your part-time job here sooner or later. Yes, I'm really sorry about that. Don't sweat it. I knew it would happen eventually when I hired you on. It's a shame though, there's hardly anyone out there with as good an eye for weapons as you. But that's the path you've chosen, so get out of here and show us what you're made of. Now let's go ahead and just shop and see what we can buy first. Let's see. I'll just go ahead and upgrade her with a better weapon. And go ahead and do the same for him. No, never mind. We don't have enough mirror now. So, yeah. Pretty much not much you can really upgrade or do other than just a weapon or some armor. Yeah, pretty much up to you what you decide to use it on. I'll go ahead and equip it now. And that's pretty much what we can mostly do here in the store. We can either continuing oh no, we got a quest. Estelle, Joshua, am I glad I found you two. Oh, hi Aina. Yeah, I keep messing up the name. Is something wrong? You seem to be in quite a hurry. We got a bit of a problem. Is your father at home today? Yes, he is. He said something about having to sort out a bunch of documents. But what's going on? You know Luke and Pat, right? Sure we do. In fact, we saw them not that long ago. What's wrong? Are they in some sort of trouble? I don't know how to say this, but I just heard from Yuna that Luke and Pat ran off to the tower that lies on the northern outskirts of Roland. You mean the Tower of Esmella? I think that's Esmella. You know, I'm sure someone will correct me if my pronunciation's off. Isn't that place supposed to be a breeding ground for monsters? That's what they say. Unfortunately, at the moment, Scheherazade is out on other bracer business, so I want to ask your father to bring the boys home safely. What are you talking about? There's no time for that. Joshua and I will go after them and bring them back. I don't know if that's such a good idea. The two of you only just qualified to be junior bracers today. With all due respect, I believe that Estelle's judgment is correct in this situation. If the two of us hurry, we may even be able to catch up with the boys before they reach the tower. I understand. I'll take responsibility for whatever happens. As an emergency request from the Bracers Guild, I ask that you lose no time in bringing about the safe return of these children. Roger that. Understood. The Esmella Tower can be reached by taking the western path at the junction along the Magella Trail. You can get onto the Malga Trail through Roland's northwest gate. I'll be on standby at the guild, so if you run into any trouble, you know where to find me. This is our first real job. Come on, Joshua, we don't have any time to lose. I'm right behind you. Well, before we go, I'll go ahead and go back to the store here and pick up an ornament or two. Or pick up one more ornament so I can equip it to Estelle here. And here they are just congratulating that we become bracers and all that. We have no time, so let's go ahead and pick up a new quartz. For the most part, I usually prefer probably getting the defense one, since it stays buffed, whereas the attack will sure increase our strength, but also decrease our defense, which can be pretty important against all the enemies out there. I think that's, and I'll go ahead and pick up an EP Cut 1. I'll probably equip this either to Estelle or Joshua once we get another. Oh, never mind, I don't have enough. Now let's go ahead and equip our newest one onto our friend here. And now we have a stone hammer and some more defense. So she can pretty much be our tank for now and make sure that we stay alive. And then we'll go ahead and figure out where we go. Right, just holding onto the start button, as you can see, it displays some of the paths you can take and which way you might need to go. So here we are on the Malga Trail, and into our next battle to get a few levels, or at least level up once before we head off to the tower. And we'll probably just save on using our EP for now and just focus on attacking. You know, these enemies aren't too difficult to deal with, and we'll just have our characters here just go after each one since they're the closest. Pretty much making use of your turns, every turn is very important. Trying to skip a turn just to waste on movement sadly doesn't always help out. And we got some more XP. And Seath, which is, you know, going to be more important for us in the future once we can unlock everything. But, you know, there isn't too much grinding involved in this game. I tend to find as long as you take care of a few enemies here and there throughout the game, you should be pretty good level-wise. And since he's just far away, we'll go ahead and use our EP here. Now I'll go ahead and make use of our stone hammer. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. It looks like I used the wrong spell and just made him speed up instead. But it looks like stone was pretty paramount in taking care of him. Thanks to that critical here. And we got a fresh herb. But yeah, for the most part, playing through this game, the graphics really remind me of Harvest Moon 64, if anyone's played that, mostly through the character models. you know, they try to keep it simple, but, you know, have the character stills to express emotion. We'll just go ahead and keep to attacking these close by enemies for now. And try and build up our CP. But so far, during these moments in the game, it's pretty nice downtime. It looks like we'll probably want to heal up Joshua when we get the chance. And since he has his CP up, I can go ahead and interrupt something when I think it's good to do. Let's see, go ahead and tier. It's a good thing he goes ahead and does it right away. I'll go ahead and S-break with Joshua here. Take care of this plant, Lily Mover, as apparently it's called. Looks like I should have gotten the fire one if I wanted to just use fire arts to take care of the enemy here.
Let's do this!
I'll make sure to get the fire quartz when we come back. These plant enemies sure show up here and there, but they're not that prevalent in the tower that we're heading over to, if my memory serves. Of course, I won't try and maybe have these play out for too long. I might just maybe fast forward through them if possible, if this starts getting a bit too boring for everyone involved. Let me just know in the comments below what you guys think. If you want me to fast forward, or if you want to see me play through most of these battle encounters. Just go ahead and move him. Just have our friend Estelle here finish our plant friend off. And bam. And just a few more battles and we'll finally be leveled up. Of course, we are starting to get a bit low, but we should still be good for the tower. And the tower is this way, so just remember, if you ever get lost, all you have to do is hold the start button and it'll display pretty much the where some of the places are, which is very handy and nice to have. So that, you know, Legend of Heroes itself is pretty good at you know, giving player options to the player so that they don't get lost because of the game. It looks like we've come all the way to the Esmelis Tower. I didn't see any sign of them along the trail, so do you think they're wandered inside? It's quite likely that's the case. Let's go in. It looks like we'll need to hurry. Right. Well, let's go ahead and go in. It's dark in here. I'm scared. Quit being a baby. We're only on the first floor of this place. Did you hear that? They really did come in here. Estelle, are you alright? Luke! Pat! If you can hear me, answer me now! Those little brats, are they pretending they can't hear me? They might have climbed up to the second floor. Let's hurry and see if we can find them. Well, I think this is a good place to stop for now, guys. So, join me next time as we'll continue the game by climbing the tower and finding the two kids who have wandered into a monster's nest. Until then, see you next time.